Hi, welcome to Easy Math. My name is Zishan, and today we're going to look into quadratic inequalities. There are a few steps that one has to follow to solve these inequalities, and of course, there are two ways in additional math. We're talking about IGCSE, additional math. In additional math, there are two ways you're going to be asked to solve quadratic inequalities. First is the algebraic way of doing them, and the other one is the graphical way of doing it. The graphical way we will understand in some other video, not today, huh? But the algebraic way is a very quick, short one, so we're gonna quickly do it, and let's start with an example. So you go x square minus 6x plus let's do a 8 x square minus 6x plus a 8 lesser than 0. So there it is, a quadratic expression, and there is an inequality, and it says this whole thing needs to be lesser than 0. When we're supposed to solve a quadratic inequality, we're looking for the values of x, which when substituted in here will give a value on this expression which is lesser than 0. That's what it means. Values of x, which when substituted here, would give you a thing lesser than 0. Okay, so let's solve it. The first step is to treat this like it was just an equation. So you go x square minus 6x plus a 8 equals 0. This is a quadratic equation. We're going to split the middle term. There, take x out common, negative 2 out common, and there it is. The factored form of the quadratic, x equal to 2 and x equal to 4 is what we get. In that case, what we do is we come back to the inequality that we were supposed to solve and create a number line with 2 and 4 there. On this number line, 4 is supposed to be on the right because it's a larger number. 2 is a smaller number, it's supposed to be on the left. After you have spotted the two numbers on the number line, you're supposed to take one random value on x. I'll say, let's take up a 0 on the left of 2. I'm going to take that value 0, substitute it in the inequality we were given. X square minus 6x plus 8 was supposed to be lesser than 0. Let's see. I'm going to substitute a 0 in here and I get an 8. Well, is 8 lesser than 0? No, it is not. So the number you chose for x to be from the number line doesn't work. In that case, the final step is to reject this entire region of numbers which are to the left of 2. This entire region needs to be accepted as the result, as the final answer, and this one rejected. Every alternate region on this number line is going to be accepted. So you go x lesser than 4, x greater than 2. This is your final solution of this inequality. In a way, you want to tell them if x lies between 4 and 2, take any number between 4 and 2, substitute it here, you will see that the value of this expression comes out to be lesser than 0. We can try it. Let's take a 3, maybe. 3 is going to be somewhere here. Substitute a 3 here, you get a 9 minus 18 plus a 8. That's a 17 minus a 18. That's a minus 1. Yes, it comes out to be lesser than 0. So, yes, this region we decided works. Let's take up another example just to practice this whole thing, that number line thing. Okay. How about we go x square minus 5x plus 6 um, greater than 0. Okay. So again, first step, treat it like it was just an equation. So you go x square minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. And now that's x square minus 3x minus 2x plus our 6 equals 0. Take a negative 2 out. And then you go x minus 2, x minus 3 equals 0, x equals 2 and 3. Step number 2, spot them on the number line. So there is your number line. There's a 2 and there's a 3. The other thing you want to do is to choose one random number. Well, I'm going to take a 0 again, which is to the left of 2. See if that 0, when substituted here, gets me a value greater than 0. Okay, let's see. One random number in x. That's the third step. So x square minus 5x plus a 6 it was. Let's substitute a 0 in here. Well, what I get is a 6. Well, 6 is actually greater than 0. So this number 0 here in place of x actually worked. In that case, I'm going to accept this entire region of numbers. This one I'm going to reject. This one I'm going to accept also as the answer. Every alternate region, like I told you, is going to be accepted from there on. So how do you write this whole thing? So you want x to be greater than 3 and lesser than 2. There it is. X greater than 3, lesser than 2. That's your final answer. So um, you are in a way telling them substitute values of x which are greater than 3 in here. You will get values of this expression greater than 0. They're going to be greater than 0. Take values of x, values on x which are lesser than 2. Huh? This entire thing will come out to be positive is what you're telling them. That's what it means with that solution. One extra thing here. If you have an equal to down here in the original inequality that you're supposed to solve, the final answer is also supposed to have equal to sign. Okay. And so it would be x lesser than equal to 2, x greater than equal to 3 in that case. So this was the algebraic way of doing inequalities. There are a lot of questions that you can solve. Again, in the next video, where we do the graphical method, that's where I'll give you a lot of questions to do. And for now, this is all there is. We'll come back and see more of these in the graphical approach. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you. Bye bye.